Alright, motherfuckers, we back.
Again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call It's podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, brother, you know what it is.
We are back for episode number 34.
34. Hopefully I post this shit in order. Sorry, folks.
We are behind the curve on posting episodes because I don't know what X been having going on, but
I mean, it's just all over the place. Well, we are going on a hiatus shortly, so
we're about to let the fans know.
Yeah, some batch recording. So a lot of this stuff, it may be outdated when you hear it. We got to figure out how we're gonna release this stuff. But we got, like, as of right now, I think we got one
2
episode and one bonus episode in the tank, and then we're supposed to do another one tomorrow.
Yeah. But they'll be out there. We gonna take a good maybe a month break. So just forewarning, if you don't hear from us for about a month, we coming back. Hopefully with some special treats for y'all. Just know during that month we will be working on a few things that we can try to make better for y'all. Try to bring to y'all. And just get it in. But y'all know how it go. If you wanna watch it on YouTube, we are on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Plus, press that notification button.
Please, ding ding.
So yeah, you can catch us there. If you just want to stream us for your listening pleasure, we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And also go ahead over to our Instagram and follow us at 2 Cent Podcast.
Yes,
we got some things coming up on there that we want y'all to see. We want y'all to be a part of. Just rock with us, man. Yeah. Thank you to all the shot callers out there. We love y'all.
Thank you very much. Y'all be working behind the scenes.
Yeah. Trying to make our show better.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Before we get to housekeeping rules, y'all, we almost didn't record tonight because somebody had energy.
I had energy.
Somebody was coming.
Your energy was.
Somebody was coming real reckless. I thought we was beefing. I just knew he was beefing. I said,
take people beefing for the simplest
I said,
reason.
so all right. I see what we doing. We beefing today. So yeah, y'all almost didn't get a show because we got to the recording time and I was like, hey, he was like, hey, you want to record this or not? Because I mean, we don't have to. I was like, well, motherfucker, we don't. Shit.
He just kept on it. It was like P Diddy and oh boy just staring at each other. Nah.
Yeah, but we got it together.
So I had to get his spirit right and stuff.
Nah, don't put that shit on me. I returned the energy that you gave out.
I said I was happy. I gave it happy energy. You was still over there. I was like, all right, well,
fuck you,
brother. See this happy energy I'm over here giving. All this love. Come on, black man. Why we gotta be beefing?
First things first, my brother. What's in your glass?
Fuck this glass. Nah. Tonight I'm just doing wine, man. Right now.
Subtle night. What's going on?
It was the closest thing to me. I ain't feel like getting up.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, I'm doing a red blend right now, 7 red blend, and then if I finish whatever was in this bottle, then I'm gonna work my way up to this blueberry.
Okay.
What you got over there, man?
I'm gonna take it back to episode. I think this was 30 or 31. Got the banner going, man. And if you are new and you don't know what the banner is, well, first of all, I started a couple of weeks ago naming. No, I did not. Well, maybe just a little bit, but I started a couple of weeks ago naming my drinks after Marvel characters because I'm a big Marvel fan. So this is the banner. It is apple whiskey, a spiced apple rum, a sour apple mixer, and a splash of tonic.
Okay.
Or you can do a splash of ginger ale, whichever one you want to go with.
Did you have the sour in there?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, had the sour in there last time.
Maybe I'm thinking about something else because we went to the store and they didn't have.
Yeah, that was the puree, but that was for a different drink.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm drinking on.
All right.
Man, let's talk about the weeks, man. We had another cold week. Yeah. Decided to ice this time instead of snow.
Yep.
Now for all of our listeners out there, if you in Dallas, you already know what's up because we can hit 3-4 seasons in one day.
Yeah.
If you are not from Dallas, let me tell y'all. In Dallas, Texas, we can start off. We literally woke up, was it Wednesday?
Was it Wednesday? I think so.
Woke up Wednesday morning and it was sitting at around 69, 70 outside.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I left my house and got to work and stepped out of the car, it was 44 degrees.
They was talking about shutting down the schools.
Yeah. And not to mention, so it continually dropped that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then later that night, we got ice, not snow. Now, if you're from the East Coast, you're used to seeing, the flaky shit. It drops all subtly and it looks like a winter wonderland and shit. Yeah, that's not what we get.
Nah.
We get freezing rain that hits the ground and then ices over overnight. And then the next day, you have a shitload of wrecks.
Yeah, just slick ass road.
But on this particular week, it wasn't the next day. We got that freezing rain during the day while everybody was already at work. And then going home, it was a shitload of wrecks on the freeway. It took me an hour and a half to get home on the 25-minute commute.
Did I go out Wednesday? I don't think I did.
Man, them roads was terrible out there.
Was it?
Yeah, it was colder than the witch's titties.
See, I'm glad I went ahead. Nah, I did my shopping on Monday. That's what it was. I did shopping on Monday. And so I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so we had a snow week.
I lied. I went shopping on Tuesday.
Either way, it was before.
This is 2/2/2/2.
Oh yeah, 2/22/22.
Yeah, and I got some tacos from Sam's Club.
Hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had an ice week this week. So that's always interesting. Man, it was a week. I think it was the week for work, man. So my particular job, man, we were on an alternate work schedule, right? So the beginning of the pandemic.
12.
See, this is why I don't entertain some of his shit. But so the beginning of the pandemic, we decided to, or management decided to work a 4-shift work week, right? Mm-hmm. So we would go to work every 4th day. And then when everything started to slow down a little bit, then we went to every other day. So, if I went to work today, I wouldn't go in on Monday, and my next day would be Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Well, this week we decided to come back in full time.
All right.
Let me tell you, brother, I got spoiled because
I can see that.
When you get used to not being in the office every day, it's a struggle.
I understand. Hey.
This week has been a struggle. Not only was it a struggle to come back every day, on top of that, I decided, to get back on my overtime grind. And, between yesterday and today, in a 48-hour span, I ended up working 26, 27 of those hours.
So that's why you was grumpy. You needed that.
Well, first of all, you already knew that because I told you. I told you that I took the overtime yesterday, and your motherfucking ass got over here today and act like you didn't know what was up. So,
hey, brother, I told you where I was gonna be. I said I wasn't gonna be here. Planned accordingly.
All right, so let's rewind. Let's rewind to the whole ass shit that X did today.
There ain't no whole ass shit.
So, I'm getting off work.
Was it selfish?
It was very.
Okay. I thought last week we talked about being selfish.
We did.
For yourself.
We did.
It's a good thing.
We did.
All right. So
but
for myself.
But you could have also communicated adequately.
Did I not? I told you exactly where I was going. I told you that I wasn't gonna be here.
And I said, what the fuck is going on? And then the motherfucker hung up in my face. So I get over here.
And I said, I told you where I was, and you called me a bitch again. And I said, bitch, get off my phone.
And then you hung up in my face. And didn't get here until an hour after the time that I told you I was going to be here. So I end up going to do all my shit.
You ain't called me until like 20 minutes.
I texted you when I was 5 minutes out and said, I'm going to be here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And you didn't text me back.
Because I told you where I was going.
We almost didn't do the show tonight. Yeah, because the motherfucker gets on my nerves sometimes. But yeah, so it was back to on my grind with the overtime. Yeah, I'm skating over that because I'm tired of your ass. Back on the grind with my overtime, man.
If we don't come back, y'all, I know what it was.
But yeah, it's been
since you call it.
It's been
because of fucking Arby's.
Are we gonna dwell on this or we gonna keep on with the show?
Well, brother, it's on your spirit. I want to make sure it's out your spirit.
Yeah. So, yeah, being back in the office full time, man, it's a bit of a struggle. Good thing about it is I got a lot of time, so I can take off whenever I feel like it, and I'm gonna feel like it coming up because there's a lot going on. I did get some good news this week though.
Okay.
Some news that really made me excited, man. And well, it was almost like it was excitement and then instant like bitch, gotcha. Cause
okay.
Found out earlier this week that well, for everybody that doesn't know, Jasmine Sullivan is my wife. I love her to death.
But you do have side chicks.
Maybe. But
okay.
Until we completely lock it down and everything's official, then it's gonna be.
Got a boyfriend?
It's gonna be what's gonna be. But so she will be in town. Well, I don't know by the time y'all hear it. I don't know if it's gonna be this week because X is slow at posting these episodes. But she will be in town in March, and somebody, one of my friends, one of my close friends, hit me up. One of my homegirls. She was like, "Hey, did you ever get?" Because she knows I love jazz. She was like, "Did you ever get tickets to the concert?" I was like, "Unfortunately, not. A lot was going on at the time. Long story short, didn't get the tickets. Right?" She was like, "Oh yeah, I might have a couple of tickets for you because she works for the radio station. She got a little bit of a plug. She was like, "Hey, I might have a couple of tickets for you." I'm like, "Cool." She was like, "Hit me up on Friday and let me know." Today is Friday. So, of course, I hit her up. I was like, "Hey, what's good on them tickets?" She was like, "I got you."
All you got to do is.
she was like, "I got you." But Jazz just posted that she got COVID. I said, wait. Fuck is going on, man? So, got the tickets, long story short, but don't know if it's going to be next week. Because maybe canceled. So, hopefully it's not rescheduled to the day that I can't make it. Because I'm going to be mad as fuck.
Hey, brother, you got 1,500 hours.
Yeah, but if everything goes well, I may be in a position that I can't take off. So,
okay.
Never know, man. But, story.
Well, congratulations, my brother.
Story of my life.
I'm glad that you have friends in high and low places.
Might meet my wife. We'll see.
Yeah.
How was your week, brother?
My week was it was pretty standard. Nothing too exciting. No, just went to work.
Okay.
Anything else? Had my tacos on my two. That might have been too many twos. Other than that, man, just trying to get my life back in order.
Other than coming today and being a little bit.
See, y'all heard me say he wanted to move out and not dwell. Now he dwelling. I told you it's still in his spirit. I'm let it sizzle in the spirit. But other than that, man, everything was pretty good. Did some more working out and stuff like that. Maintained my weight. Finished up some workload and stuff like that. People decided that they wanted to leave the job and stuff.
Man,
so,
I think that's really a thing, and we've been talking about that. People not staying at jobs like they used to.
Well, the one that just left, she was there longer than I was. She's been there for probably like 10 plus. So, I mean, I try to tell my higher ups, my recruiters call me all the time, and they be like, "Hey, yeah, you underpaid.
Hey,
we could do a whole lot more for you,
and we can go find a whole lot more." So, hey, look, you got to pay your people, especially as high as shit as high as giraffe coochie right now,
man. And it's only going up.
I stopped and got gas today, and that shit said $3.35. I said, Am I in California?
I gotta go get gas tomorrow.
Bruh, well, I went and got gas in the time period that you wasn't fucking with me today. So we ain't got gas.
With you.
We ain't got gas.
I was just fucking with Arby's harder at the time.
Yeah,
so you wanna know who's keeping
gas
Arby's
is
open?
high as.
Bitch, don't try to overtalk me.
Yeah, man, everything is high as fuck right now. But yeah, that's the topic for a later date. Yeah, what anything else happened in your week?
I got some news earlier in the year. Found out why some things weren't going the way that I thought they were going. Found out the real reason and stuff. So I went ahead and started taking the steps to kind of clear those things up. Kind of just refocus, repivot on my life, and try to get things back on track and try to make those advances that I want to make. Because that's really all life is. It's just a big old swinging pendulum. Well, that kind of came out wrong.
So I know we talk about it a lot. We have multiple conversations about it. Is because you see other people doing certain things in life. You see a lot of everything on the ground. You see what looks like a lot of progression in everybody, and then you start to maybe reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Because of what you see. So I guess the topic for today is it ever too late? Because you saying we've talked about it before. So you found out the information earlier this year or at the toward the end of last year.
Yeah.
I'll say, and you decided then I need to make these changes, these specific changes, to get where I'm trying to go as far as my life, as far as my career, as far as just advancing. So, do you think it's ever too late?
I'm not gonna say it's too late.
And I'm asking you specifically because I know we talk about, we recently talked about how, your sister just had the kid, and your brother just got married recently.
Yeah.
And so you was kind of looking at it from your perspective. So, do you think it's ever too late?
At a certain point, I think it can't be too late, where you can't go back and recapture the things that you wanted at a certain phase.
What you mean?
Let's say if I wanted to be a rapper at this point in life, I think it's probably too late for me.
I disagree.
You think I can?
2 Chainz reinvented himself.
I guess.
Reinvented himself.
I guess you just gotta have that passion for it.
Yeah.
Like, to really get it.
And that's what it is. I think it's the passion.
And you gotta have a realization if you're not that good that you just need to.
Well, it also comes down to you gotta have that.
I don't know why I keep on going back to rapping every time. It's just automatically. Maybe I need to start making music again.
I was just gonna say maybe it's a studio setup that we got right now. We got the mic, the headphones, and everything.
I ain't made no music
but
in a while.
I think it gets to the point, the pivotal point, right? Like you said, you realized, when you found out that information at the end of last year, you realized that, okay, from this point, I got to do this. Like I have to have a plan to turn everything around to where the direction I wanted to go, and not necessarily everything around, because it's not necessarily like you was headed in a bad direction. I think you just got to a point of stagnation, and then it was just like now
my glass ceiling. It's like I could be doing something.
So what was that pivotal point though? Without comparing it to anybody else.
Without comparing to anybody else, I just wanted more upward growth and stuff, and I would get in these rooms, and I do everything right, but it's just one blemish on it, and I think I could have the blemish could have been gone a whole lot sooner if I would have actually just sat down and slowed down and figured out exactly what it was.
Yeah,
because a lot of times you might have something going on that you think is one thing, and it's actually something completely different. Okay. So I guess that was part of it and stuff like that, and I sit down and I realized that helped with. I mean, it was kind of hindering me in a whole bunch of stuff as far as like insecurities and stuff like that, and if I can't grow in my career because I got this held over my head, then um, how am I going to provide for a family?
Gotcha.
Or if I do find that girl of my life, how can I give her the things that I want to give her if I can't at least match the same hustle that she has?
Gotcha.
Because I got something going on.
Okay. Okay.
So I definitely did have to deal with like some insecurities on that end and stuff like that. And then just thinking, you know what, I can walk out on faith and I can just do it on my own.
Yeah.
And then God be like, hey,
I gave you the plan for a reason.
sit your punk ass down and do it the right way and stuff like. It's like, okay, cool. It's just a big humbling experience and stuff like that. And I feel like I went on a tangent and I lost where I was.
Nah,
going.
I think you stayed completely true to the topic at hand. But what I do want to ask you, because you did touch on it right there when you said about, I guess, just thinking more so about your future, and you saying, it made you insecure, and how can you provide for, a family or a wife if you get to that point. Now, do you think that you're basing a lot of that off of the expectations of that other people have of you in regards to your future, or do you think that you're basing that as far as you saying that this is where X needs to be for X, not necessarily for anybody else?
Me, just based on my timeline.
Okay.
And I know it's not healthy, but even I think everybody kind of does do it where they do to kind of check to see, all right, where is everybody else where's everybody else at right now, and you kind of just trying to gauge your life on that. But when I set out, I always had a plan for myself. It was like, okay, my life didn't go anyway that I expected it to go right now. So how do is there a chance that I can catch up, or do I just have to slow this down, or do I have to work twice as hard, or you just gotta kind of figure that out. It gets exhausting too, so.
So as far as that, because you just talked about you talked about being on your own timeline. As far as that concerned, because I think, like you said, especially a lot of, well, I'm not even gonna say just this generation, because we've seen it across the board. A lot of people, because obviously the term "keeping up with the Joneses" came from somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not this generation. Like, we've been hearing that since we was born.
It was originally keeping up with the Johnsons, and it came from my family.
All right. So yeah. So do you think, as far as being on your own timeline, so I guess comparing yourself to other people, do you think that's healthy for a good measuring stick, or do you think that's detrimental to you personally and what you're trying to achieve?
I think it's a gift and a curse.
Okay.
Because you have some people that need to look around at their surroundings and being like, okay,
they get motivated.
Yeah, you're not on your shit. You need to do something with your life.
Yeah.
And they just got so complacent. And I think for a while I was complacent because it was just a safe space for me. Mm-hmm. But I got to the point where I just wanted to do better for myself and do better for everybody else. And I think that's what kind of like with my past couple of relationships or the people that I've dated, they've always kind of taught me something from then on.
Okay.
Like, I could definitely say, it's like in all things you got to learn, you know what I'm saying? Even with my relationships, I learned that I needed to, with Sunflower, I learned that I needed to be a better communicator.
Okay.
I needed to learn how to express my emotions in a healthy way. Yeah. And not just hold that in. With Tot, I learned that I needed to be more patient. I learned that I needed to get back on my business and stuff. Because I wasn't prepared for the things that I thought. Even with Nurse Bay, I learned that I need to channel my softer side. Okay. I say that I don't have to be an asshole to everybody. Okay. So you can learn from all aspects of life. So even on this, when you're looking at somebody else, you can learn that that you need to kind of intertwine some of the things that they have in them. So if you see something that they have, not necessarily that you want, but something that you aspire to have.
Yeah.
Not in a jealousy sort of way.
Kind of in an admiration kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, let me see how I can do something to kind of emulate that, or how can I get to that position in a healthy way versus why they got that. I want to have that.
Yeah, and you touched on that, and I agree wholeheartedly with that comment that you just made, because I think for us, not only as millennials but also in the Black community, I feel like it's a lot of hate and shit that be going on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Grabbing a barrel type shit.
Yeah, and it's like, and I think that goes back to, having a good circle, and when we talk about having the right people around you, because I want to have people around me that I admire.
Yeah.
I want to admire different things about them. Like, I say all the time, some people I admire their hustle, and it doesn't only come down to the grind, right? It comes down to like you said, every aspect of life. I think I said on the episode that we had with Lonnie that I admire how much of a free spirit that she is. I personally don't think that it fits my personality, but at the same time, I feel like it allows me to see somebody just go out and do literally whatever their heart desires, and it kind of shows you that it is okay to release control sometimes, and just kind of just go with the flow. Every now and again. Like, I know for me personally, I am a person that really likes to control every situation that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to relinquish that control and just be fluid. Just go with the flow. And I feel like you end up enjoying things a lot more. Like, one of the things that I've personally tried to do in the last year is, like, when I travel, I try not to have a full agenda.
Okay.
I try to travel, and I love to travel. I love going new places.
Yeah.
But I also was on a thing of I'm going to pick specifically my plans, my travel, what I'm going to do, my itinerary, everything. And what I started to do, because I like to ball on a budget. So what I started to do was allow, I'll just pick when I want to travel, but I'll allow the prices or, hotel stays, airfares. I'll allow all of that tell me where I'm going to go.
Okay.
And so if I haven't been there before, I just go.
Okay.
And if it's like one of those trips, I literally just let it plan itself. Like, all I need to do is plan the flight, and if I want, a rental car when I get there, plan that. Mm-hmm. But after that, I try to literally get there and just go for it.
You know what will help with that?
What?
If you don't try to stay in 5-star hotels every time that you.
Well, it's 4-star, but that's not good. You have to call me out on the
Come on, man.
Like that.
Go to Sun's Edge.
No, I'm not gonna be at Super 8. You lost me at Super 8.
Well, can we bump it down to a Holiday Express?
But yeah, so I agree. Going back to that specific topic, I agree with you that sometimes having people around you that you admire, or you I don't even want to say compare. I'm just gonna say that people around you that inspire you. That is definitely a thing. But I also think at the same time, you can't base your specific timeline on the success or downfall of others. Like, you can't say, oh, well, they did this by 30, so I should be doing this by 30. No, because it still looks the same. It still looks just as great at 35, at 40, at 50. Even if you are, like I talked about home ownership, right? Some people own a home at 19. But it's just as impressive if you own a home at 35. You just have to, that's still an accomplishment no matter what age you are. And anybody that thinks it is, or anybody that tries to downgrade you for that, I feel like they're showing a little bit of insecurity in them. Like, it anytime you go out your way to hate on somebody, it shows a little bit of who you are as a person and what you lack.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, you got to be on your own timeline. You can't compare necessarily, because if you do that, I think you find yourself in a space to where you just be too hard on yourself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big thing that we've been talking about for the past year. Like, self-love is a thing.
It is.
And if you're always continually coming down on yourself, that's not building your mindset is going to follow along with how you talk about yourself.
Yeah. So how did you do this week about talking about yourself?
I don't know. I don't. I think this week has been too busy for me to even think about it, man.
To even talk shit to yourself?
Yeah, like I do. I feel like I do need to do a better job about that because I do talk shit to myself a lot. But at the same time, like you said, a lot of it for me is motivation to get on my shit. But I do believe that there are power in words, and if I continually downgrade myself, then I could start believing that kind of stuff.
Well, maybe that's why people talk to you that you don't necessarily think should be talking to you. Maybe you need to think a little bit more highly of yourself.
A little bit. Nah, man. But so when it comes to comparing yourself, I think here's really a thing that gets a lot of people caught up. Especially in our day and age, and now we're stepping into the millennial age, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to social media, I think a lot of people compare themselves to what people we don't even know are doing on social media, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't think it's anything new. I think it's just kind of expanded a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit easier because it's online versus in person.
Yeah.
Because even when you was face to face from elementary to middle school to high school, some people will make it seem like, oh yeah, they had the best life ever, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
One thing that I would always struggle with is, I was never the most fresh person and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always had to remember my parents. They made those sacrifices to put us in a location where it was a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have the opportunity to go out to all these camps and rock the latest Jordans and things like that. But, I was in a safe neighborhood and I could do certain things like this versus some of the other kids. Well, they might have everything, but they pulling up into an apartment complex versus a home or something like that. So it changes the way people hide things. So, now you can just walk outside and be like, oh yeah, it's all this and all this, and you never know that people's actually struggling with something.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, people do it for the gram all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can stunt for the gram, and it's easy because if you don't necessarily really know that person, or you can only go, like you said, by what you see, and it's so much easier now to portray that in the public eye because of social media.
Yeah.
But it's like, for instance, you can say, oh man, like traveling to take it to a specific topic, right? A lot of people would be like, man, I wish I could take the trips that they taking, or man, I wish I could go here, or man, I wish I had the money.
These places?
Man, I wish I had the money to do that. Not knowing that some of these people are doing that and behind on their mortgage, or behind on their rent, or their car note, or they got
16 roommates.
Yeah, or that too. You know what I'm saying? You living with a whole bunch of people. So I think it's very important, you know what I'm saying, to not play into that factor. Like, I think social media for me is just entertainment. It's strictly for entertainment purposes.
And spying purposes too. Until you can't see that person's page anymore.
I'm not spying on nobody.
And then
that much.
And then you gotta wait for other people to go to their page and show you this shit, and then now you depressed for a whole 2 weeks. Shit, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, pull up.
I hate you,
I
man.
got through this one bottle.
See, that takes us into, I think, the next mini topic of this major topic, throwing pity parties, man. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I feel like you was in that particular realm this past week, maybe,
brother. This past week.
This past week.
Just this past week.
Well, both weeks. This past 2 weeks since. What are we at? Episode 34 since episode 32, maybe.
Okay. Well, yeah, they ain't heard that yet, so. Nah, but you know, that just goes back to life and the pivots and stuff like that. You know, I miss my turn and stuff. You know,
or you feel like you did.
You know, I feel like I did,
because at the end of the day, you know, God has a plan for whatever you got going on, and it's gonna be
God. I'm tired.
It's truth is, I'm tired. Nah, man. Look at it like this, and you know, we talked about this maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So I had there was something going on for me at work, and you know, I was up for a promotion, and that didn't go well. But then, you know, I got the news that I got a couple of weeks ago, and I told you that I feel like had I got the promotion, I wouldn't have got the opportunity that I really wanted. Yeah. And so when I say that, and I mean, you've seen it, you know, because we talk about it. Just because you think you want something, or just because it's heavy on your mind, doesn't mean that it's what you need, or, you know, it's not taking you a roundabout way to get to the place that you're supposed to be, definitely. And appreciate it more.
Yeah, preparing you to receive it.
Yeah, because, you know, if you would have got it when you wanted it, you might not have appreciated it, nor even knew what to do with it.
Well, I got it when I wanted it, and then I ain't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to handle it. Maybe not.
Well,
fuck y'all.
Going back to it, man. Like I said,
well, we had this whole conversation after the show and stuff like this and stuff. So, you know, we had to get back to like
the brotherhood aspect.
The brotherhood aspect of it, just the real of it and everything like that. And I do appreciate the words of encouragement that you send me and everything like that, my brother.
Well, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing about, you know, me and you as friends and the friendship that we have. It's gonna be a balance of both, right?
Yeah.
Like we are always going to tell each other the truth.
Yeah.
We are gonna scold each other at times when needed. Mm-hmm. We are going to be
go get stuff to eat without each other,
bitch.
And we're gonna be okay with
that. We are going to you know, be each other's biggest hype man, biggest wingman, like all of the above.
Because you definitely have. Because you was, I appreciate you holding me down.
I had you.
Down in there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you gotta have those. And that goes for our entire circle, right? Because you know, I had a conversation with one of our homegirls in our circle the other day, and you know, we had just a one-on-one real ass conversation. And I'm like, hey, you know, you get these results because you do this. Like, it's not always somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, at a certain point, you got to look within. And if you're okay with how you are and you're okay with the results that you're getting, then that's fine. Don't change nothing. But if you say that you're not okay with it and you want things to change, then you got to look inwards to start taking the necessary steps to make it change, because it's not gonna only change because you say, oh, I want this to change my life, but I'm gonna keep doing the same recipe. You can't make if I'm making a cake and I keep doing the exact same fucking recipe and that bitch is falling in the oven, I gotta change up the cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So That is definitely, and I think one good thing about us as well is that we don't allow each other to throw pity parties for too long. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we allow each other to stay in the space that we are in for, a little second,
Yeah.
and then when it gets too much, hey, motherfucker, go ahead and move on out of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
let's go bowling type shit.
Let's go. And then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna come back home. I'm gonna be like, oh my god,
So
my soul.
coping mechanisms. How once you get out, how do you bring yourself out of the pity party, or how do you allow other people to help you out of that?
One of my biggest coping mechanisms from my college years was sex, love, and pain.
Okay.
It allowed me to get my emotions out and stuff like that, and be like, all right, somebody's went through this as well, or it don't necessarily have to be on a romantic side of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've had some struggle in their life and they've got through it. What it used to be that wasn't so healthy was drinking heavy amounts of alcohol.
Yeah.
But I learned my lesson on that one.
Yeah. Cause I think we both suffered with that at some point in time.
Yeah. And we actually had that conversation too last week. We like, all right, well, maybe we might be trying to slow down,
slow down a little bit.
Lifestyle. Other than that, church always works pretty good for me. Just sitting in a service and stuff and hearing something that you need to hear versus what you want to hear. And my mom does a lot for me.
Okay.
Just like talking to her and stuff like that. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think there's anything wrong with being a mama's boy?
No.
Okay.
Now,
and
what I
maybe
do,
we need to have a conversation with some ladies too, because being a daddy's girl is always like, okay, she's a daddy's girl.
Well, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's an issue with either or. What I do think is there's an issue when you cannot detach from that particular, and when I say detach, I don't mean that I'm not talking to my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean detach in the sense that if you get in a relationship and you get into a serious relationship where y'all start thinking about that becoming my fiance, that becoming my wife, at that point those roles change.
Okay.
That lady needs to now become the most important person in your life. Until y'all have kids, she needs to become the most important person in your life over your mom. And a lot of people feel like, oh, that's so bad. I feel so bad for saying that because my mom raised me. Yes, she did. But you also have to leave the nest at some point in time.
And and that might be because everybody might have a different definition of what a mama's boy is.
Yeah. I think it varies. People can look at anything in a negative connotation, right? But I think if you don't love your mama especially as a man, because I mean,
that's the first. Yeah, your first visual of what a woman should be.
So I think it should be an issue if you don't love your mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you don't have that relationship. But I could on the flip side, I could see it being too much.
Okay.
Because like I said, if you're married and your wife plays second fiddle to your mother,
okay,
that's an issue.
As far as like going to your mom for advice on your wife.
So here's the thing.
And we ain't married, so I guess we can't really don't have a leg to stand on.
Right, but I'm not even gonna talk about it in that regards. I feel like when you get into a relationship, it's a tricky situation about talking to anybody outside of the relationship about your relationship. And the reason I say that is you have to go into the conversation with the right intention. Yeah. Like, you cannot go into the conversation with the intention of you wanting somebody to tell you that you're right. Because if you do that, you're going to tell the story of that other person in a negative light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And so you end up painting a picture that only,
just give your side of the story, and it doesn't give the entire truth.
That's it. And so, even when we have conversations about maybe other people, like, the question that always comes up, and like I said, you got to have people around you that hold you accountable. The question that always comes up, okay, now what did you do in the situation?
Yeah.
Because you told me what this person did, and you told me the outcome, but what part did you play in the situation? Because again, you have to have people on your team that's going to tell you when you're wrong. Yeah. And going back to the mama's boy situation, a lot of mamas are not going to tell their son that they're wrong. Yeah. They're going to take their son and they're going to say, oh, well, I wouldn't have did this in a relationship, so she needs to be doing this. Yeah. And it's not saying, sometimes your fucking son might be an asshole.
Yeah, that's why I let my mama tell me about myself.
Yeah, and so I think that's where it becomes, I think that's where it becomes too much and maybe detrimental.
Got you. And I think that same thing can go for, it can branch out to all aspects of families and stuff like that, where your siblings might get too involved in your relationship, and they start to sway things and stuff, and it starts becoming a 4-person relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you two people are the only people in the relationship, and so if you're telling somebody from your perspective on your side, like if they're your friend and they're not her friend, if you're telling them that, then they already have a bias because you are their priority, not the relationship. And that's where I think that's where it changes things, and that's where it goes south, is because you get into that realm of, all right, well, I'm gonna be on your side because I fuck with you, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing the math in my head. We got here because coping mechanisms. How do you cope?
How do I cope? The 2 biggest ways for me, well, I guess 3, and one of them I realized probably about a year ago, and we talked about it, and I actually had to step away from it a little bit, which is kind of how this podcast formed. One of my coping mechanisms has always been working. I am a workaholic sometimes, because it allows me to not think about things that I might need to sort out.
Okay.
And so I can always, when I get a little too stressed, I tend to work a lot. So that's one of my biggest coping mechanisms that can go either way. That can be a good or a bad thing. Usually for my pockets, it's a good thing because I like getting that overtime. Another one of my biggest coping mechanisms is music. I can literally, I am not a person that shows a lot of emotion, because I don't usually have a lot of emotion. And so the easiest way for me to express myself is through a song.
Gotcha.
So if I've done this in my past relationships, if I needed to tell my girlfriend a certain how I'm feeling in the situation,
you're gonna let somebody else.
It's a song. Yeah, it'll be through a song.
I hate you, bitch.
So that's one of the ways that I communicate, and then I think one of my third big ones is something that I fell in love with recently, which was just lifting weights. Okay. Like anytime that I feel like I'm anxious or my head is cloudy, I'll go lift. And I can be in the gym for literally 2 hours and just go. Because I'm usually combining 2 of my biggest coping mechanisms, which is lifting and listening to music at the same time.
Got you.
So that's one of my my biggest ways to de-stress. And then I'll give you one more, because I started doing this for myself maybe 2 years ago. I started doing self-care days.
Okay.
To where I will, and it's not only, you hear self-care and you think about, I'm gonna just go get a massage, or I'm gonna do this, but mine can be, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself, or gotcha. I'm gonna go, just do random shit. You know what I'm saying? Not work related, not business related, not anything that I have a responsibility for related.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that is, I just had deja vu. That is yeah, those are my coping mechanisms.
I throw an extra one in there too. I picked up shooting.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
I just recently started doing that. So if you see me posting sad songs and going to the shooting range, don't think that I'm about to try to off myself. I promise I'm okay.
Yeah, and then that goes with refreshers too, because like those are a couple mechanisms, but they also put me in a state of refreshment. Like for me, I've come to the conclusion that I, as far as the gym is concerned, it's not only for me, wanting to stay fit or get in shape or healthy lifestyle. Well, it is healthy lifestyle, but it's physical and mental.
Yeah.
It's my refresher every day or every other day.
Gotcha.
So that helps me out a lot. And then I always talk about traveling as being a refresher too, because for me it allows me to completely disconnect from all of my responsibilities and just be in the moment wherever I am. So
gotcha. What's your next trip?
Next trip, I have a wedding in Minneapolis. I'm actually doing another back-to-back. So I have a wedding in Minneapolis, and then I'm headed back to Florida soon.
Okay.
Different part of Florida, a place I've never been. So
Okay.
going to just relax. Experience some warmer weather. We're getting close into the winter months, but in Florida, if you hit late spring, it's warm, great beach weather. I love the water, so if I'm on the water, it's refreshing to me. So a lot of my vacations are water vacations.
Okay.
What about you?
My next trip, shit. I'm still debating on Tulsa.
Okay.
I may go down to Tulsa and stuff. I said I was gonna go.
May go
but I actually if I go down there, I think I'm gonna go down to the Gap.
Up.
Check everything out.
Go up there.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Gap. For those who don't know, that is Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
And just kind of just taking the scene and stuff like that.
I still need to go.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually been down there. I've been to Tulsa a couple times, but I never just looked around down there. After that, I'm thinking San Antonio.
Okay.
For Cinco de Mayo.
Okay. We talked about that.
Other than that, hopefully I can make my way out to a little bit further east, to Midlothian or something like that.
You so fucking childish.
Or Waco or something out that direction.
Man, let's hope that we can go anywhere, because the world is on fire right now.
Hey, brother, yeah.
I saw. First of all, let me tell you, we are in the.
Don't take shit serious.
We don't take shit seriously. We are. Let me tell you, social media has ruined people, because back in the World War II days, I just know people was in that whole like, man, like this is about to be tragic. All these people are gonna die. Like it's about to be, we might be getting drafted and all this shit.
Yeah.
Man, say they getting up for World War III right now, and all you see is memes and jokes on fucking social media.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because black culture is so prevalent in the world, and we use humor to cope with a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of we don't take shit serious.
Yeah, man. I think I said it actually made me laugh the other day. One of the biggest posts that said, "Congratulations, you have survived a pandemic to come out to World War III." Like, man, what the fuck?
This shit is all over the fucking place.
It is, man. Do you think we're on the verge of World War III? I did at first. I
think it might be a second. What was that? Cold War. And all that. It's just.
And that's what it sounds like. I did until maybe earlier this week, maybe a couple of days ago, to where I guess unofficial. I use air quotes. Unofficially, it came out that Russia kind of invaded Ukraine, and Ukraine started beating their ass.
Oh, did they? I just heard there was some bombs dropped over there.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
as far as on the ground,
Well, I saw that they got a lot of Russians that are protesting too.
Yeah,
And they said
yeah.
that if anybody was protesting, they'd be treated as traitors. And they said, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
You gonna do it to all of us? We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Y'all hate them
so
black folks.
right, okay.
Well,
And-
I don't know. They might.
they'll slaughter all our ass.
We only 13.
But yeah, I just feel like I really felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. But then I thought about it too. I think we too old to get drafted. I think we're too old to be drafted.
Yeah. I forgot what shit. They make rules for anybody.
Well, that's true.
But
But yeah, I got a little
I
ass,
reached out to
ass clenched a little bit.
reached out to
last year.
when I meet your friends. I was like, you ain't got to go nowhere. She was like, nah,
Yeah.
not at this moment and stuff.
Yeah, last week it was getting a little, tension
like,
was a little high, but I think it's kind of dying down right now.
I hope so.
I do too. I pray, because I mean I don't think war is ever the way.
But that's how the whole world was built.
Well, that's how people pay for shit, and you know I
A bunch of ego shit.
I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, it's not the people that's making the decisions that's going to be fighting the war.
Yeah.
It's the people, at our level that's out here risking our lives for people that don't give a fuck about us.
Speaking of dodging drafts and shit, your ex president is
not 45.
you back in trouble again. Everybody around him. He Teflon Don though. You think he gonna ever get anything to stick on him?
Let me tell you, I think he gon' 6ix9ine your ass.
He gonna sell everybody out there.
Everybody. I'm talking about before he go down. I feel like everybody. He gonna sink the ship.
Well, they say he keeps snitching on himself in a roundabout way.
But every time he snitch on himself,
He be like, yeah, I did it, but this is the reason why I did it, and you
somebody,
can't do nothing about it.
And then somebody else be collateral damage, and it's like, oh, you knew about this, so your ass is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like is I don't know, like I haven't figured it out yet. I just feel like it's almost like a reality TV show. You just be like, what's gonna come up next, or who's getting like almost like Survivor, like who in his camp is getting thrown off next. So I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to see it happening. It's interesting to see how it's going to unfold. So I mean, that's that. I guess we'll have something to talk about maybe next week on it.
Yeah, if we don't, then the world done got shut down.
Or this is the last episode because World War III started.
We get somebody take somewhere.
Not funny. But you did watch a documentary earlier this week. Can you tell me about it? What was that?
Yeah, and it's kind of how I got on the Mama's Boy thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Kanye doc, Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's a 3-part. Yeah, so it's a trilogy. So the first part came out on Netflix, and this kind of deals up to the release of College Dropout and stuff. So it kind of just one of Kanye's acquaintances he met while he was doing some producer work decided that he wanted to document him, and they kind of just documented it up and everything like that. And actually, some of the footage in there was used in the Through the Wire video.
Okay.
So that was all part of the doc and stuff like that. And you kind of see how he was, and you get a kind of an introspective of Kanye. And
Before Crazy Kanye.
Yeah. This is before George Bush don't care about black people and
Yeah.
all that stuff like that. But, you know, he had to bet on himself for a lot of stuff, and you can kind of see where the arrogance comes from.
Okay.
You saw a lot of his mother. He used his mother as his sounding board a lot, and she was definitely a big motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see, you know,
how
like,
that affected him.
and everything like that. So I'm excited to see the rest of the series whenever it does come out and stuff like that. But so far, it's been very insightful.
Okay. I might have to take a look at that.
Yeah, man. it's a good watch and stuff.
Another series that I think we started this one at the same time. I started it and then I let you know, hey, this is something that we could probably follow and talk about on the show.
Now I passed you up.
Yeah. Now you have because you seen the latest episode, which was yesterday. Bel Air. If you haven't checked it out, man, 10 out of 10 recommend. It is definitely, now I will say this, and I think I said it on the last episode, I expected it to be a family show, and it's definitely not that. Yeah. But I do think it is a great remake, and it takes the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and puts it into, a 2022 lens.
Yeah, definitely more of a drama versus a comedy.
Yeah, but I can say for certain that thus far, I am thoroughly enjoying the remake. Obviously, Will Smith is one of the executive producers on it. So, I think it just had to be good because, the main character coming back as the executive producer, I mean, he knows all the behind the scenes and the makings of the original. So, yeah, I think if anybody to give the different perspective on it, I think it's him.
Yeah. It's, tell you, my brother, I see the bullshits. Well, the bullshits came and stuff. You'll see when you watch this latest episode. This latest episode. It hinted at it in a previous episode, and you'd be like, there it is.
Okay, got it. Well, I mean, hopefully they continue to do it because our top 3 is gonna be the people that didn't continue to do it.
Oh shit.
You brought this one to the floor. Top 3 TV shows that ended too early, and I'm gonna let you go first since you brought it to it.
All right, no particular order. But okay. First TV show that I think ended too early and would be Watchmen.
Okay, I never watched it. I never watched it, but I was interested when
HBO series.
Yeah.
Regina King. A lot of her projects end early because I think she had like a Netflix series that got renewed for a second season and then it never came out or something like that. Okay. Second series, Luke Cage.
I thought about putting that on my list. Because I agree with you. I think it did. But then again, I think it had two seasons. And season 2 was kind of...
But I think it was... For me, I think it was just getting good.
Yeah.
Because that's when they introduced the Captain black guy and stuff like the Jamaican and stuff like that. And I thought he was going to get a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then my third one is another Netflix series, The Get Down.
I thought about putting that on there too. I never watched it because I like letting
the hype die down so you can watch it on your own.
Well, that number one, and number two, I like letting TV shows get into later series because I'm a binge watcher.
Gotcha.
And so I hate when people release one series and then you go and watch the whole series and you be like,
wait.
You be like, fuck, where's the rest of this shit?
Gotcha.
So yeah, I actually thought about going back and watching The Get Down, but I don't think I want to watch it because it's not going anywhere. So I think I might leave that one where it's at. But that was a good list.
Eventually, you gotta watch it.
Maybe if they bring it back. So,
all right, brother, what's on your list?
So since we're talking about Netflix, I'll go one of my biggest Netflix series that I actually watched twice, and that's how much I enjoyed it. And I think made three seasons, and they got renewed for another season, and then something happened and it got shut down. And actually, it was a whole big thing. Like there was a whole group started trying to get the shit back on Netflix. But it's a show called Into the Badlands, and I think I told you about it.
Yeah. Brother, I thought you was about to say Dear White People.
Oh, no.
That last season pissed me the fuck off. It was a musical. I lasted 2 episodes. I was like, get this shit off my screen.
Yeah, Into the Badlands was a good show, man. And just a quick story on it, on what the show is about. It's basically like a show about factions fighting over territory, and they all have their own militaries, and it's a lot of gore, it's a lot of action. That's my kind of scene. So
I'm gonna ask you about a series that you put me on too. I forgot the name of it, but I watched it and I think it didn't come out with a second season or something.
I don't know.
You might say it. later on. But go ahead.
Okay, so my second one is Heroes. It's another TV show like that. They actually rebooted it. The reboot wasn't great. But the original series, I wish they wouldn't have started it. That's actually the reason that the reboot came, because again, they had fans like come together and was like, this series should have never stopped. Like, why did it stop? Come back with it. And then they actually did a reboot, and the reboot was kind of trash. Gotcha. But the original one,
normally how it happens.
Yeah, the original one was fire. And then the last one on my list, and I think a lot of black people will agree with this one, that because it was a lot of hype when it first came out, Lovecraft Country.
See, that was going to be on my list, but I didn't know where it would go after the season finale.
Well, and maybe I agree, because it got way out of there.
It was really weird.
But at the same time, I think they may have told the story a little too quickly.
That might have been what it is.
Yeah.
Because it had a wrap up. Like the end was the beginning.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think maybe they could have drawn that out over seasons and seasons. Because we've seen a lot of franchises be able to do that, and it's great throughout the entire franchise. So yeah, that's my top 3, man.
All right, this series I'm talking about, it was a African series.
Man,
boy was smashing his stepmama or something.
Yeah, it's on. Well, so what the fuck is the name of that series?
It's on Netflix though.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and I'm gonna have to get the name of it. But you know what? I can actually find it while we kind of talking about it, because I'm gonna tell you the reason that it actually like got cut is because the director or creator actually passed away.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so that is the reason that particular series did not come back.
Got you.
I'm gonna find it though. Hold on.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah. But yeah, that series was, I think, if I have to be honest, I think that series was one of the greatest series, like just off the rip, that just really caught my eye like that. And I cannot
sleep now.
Huh?
So I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah, until I find it, right? Let me I'm gonna find it. But yeah, it was definitely a series. Damn, what is the name of that series? Come talk about something else, and I'm gonna come back to it.
What else going on? What else is a good song? Yeah,
Kings of Joburg.
That's it.
Kings of Joburg.
Because I had nothing else.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out King, you know what? I might actually go back and watch that again.
Watch it again. Yeah,
Kings of Joburg was good. So yeah, that's my top 3. All the shot callers out there, if you tuning in with us for the first time, you a shot caller, so go ahead and drop them comments. Let us know what your top 3 is. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate y'all continuing to love. Like we said, we're gonna take a break for a little bit, but we are definitely planning on coming back with some fire content. So this is you still get an episode after this, but after that we'll take a break. So these are definitely not the last episodes. We just got a couple of things that we want to work on. So just stay tuned, man. We got a lot coming for you. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Y'all know what it is, though. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. Y'all have a good one.
Hey.